Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rex tells Sarah at the Kyriakis mansion that he believes they ought to get hitched before the baby is born. He promises her with a smile that he is committed to her and to rekindling their romance. She genuinely hopes he can, but getting married before Victor's funeral just doesn't feel right. Philip enters as soon as she says that he can't come back without paying for what he did to Brady. Actually, he claims that's no longer true. Nicole is shocked to find that Philip is still alive from Chloe at the Demira home. She laughs that Chloe doesn't need to with Xander right now. Nicole begins to wax poetic about first loves while Chloe becomes defensive. Chloe wonders if Nicole is now referring to herself. Theresa is outside the pub, crying crocodile tears, and Xander is wondering what the heck she is doing there. She confesses that although she is crying for Brady, she is returning to pay her respects to Victor. Brady must have told her to go to hell, he smugly assumes. Same as Sarah Horton did to you, she responds. The question, am I right? Xander's smile dwindles. Ava informs Harris that she was not to blame for the passing of EJ's mother in Bayview. Prior to the explosion, she remembered seeing Susan exit the vehicle. Harris questions why she told Dr. Evans she had no memory of anything while under hypnosis. Although she didn't think she would, she insisted Susan was definitely still alive. In front of Bayview, EJ meets with a hit woman. As long as Ava meets the same end as his beloved late mother, he doesn't care how it happens. The woman believed EJ no longer engaged in behavior of this nature. This is personal, EJ responds. Without leaving a trace of his involvement, the woman will handle it. EJ gives her an envelope and advises Xander to join Ava in the hereafter because he shares equal blame for his mother's passing. Sloan blankly stares off at the hospital while placing her hand on her stomach. She apologizes to Eric for having lost their child. She is aware of his strong desire to become a father. He reassures her that they are still together. She wants to go for a stroll to unwind before they later meet at the pub. Sloan, by herself, holds responsibility for Eric not being a father to either of his children. Theresa makes fun of Xander outside the pub for acting like a clown, which scared off Sarah. She is informed that he is now engaged to Chloe. Theresa, who is perplexed, inquires as to how he accomplished that after leaving Chloe in Mexico with Mateo. That is what Xander calls ancient history. Chloe is aware of his alteration. Theresa believes him to be the same cruel psychopath she has always known. Xander responds that he just declined a huge salary to carry out a terrible deed. So you can see he's transformed. When he becomes desperate enough, Theresa is confident that he will return to form. When things get tough, she hopes Chloe will stab him like she did Elfidio. She would be shocked if nobody showed up for his funeral. Xander catches her. He is told to stop touching her by Eric, who suddenly intervenes. Brady has decided not to file charges. Philip informs Rex and Sarah at the Kyriakis mansion. Rex lends his brother some assistance. When Philip finds out Rex is the father of Sarah's child, he thanks him and expresses amazement. Philip is amazed at how well things are working out for Rex, which is why Chloe is now with Xander when Sarah departs to take a nap. Rex sighs at Philip's continued fixation on her. EJ is located by Sloan outside Bayview. Although Sloan warns it leads down a bad path, they empathize over wanting to exact revenge for the murders of their parents. Sloan accuses EJ of taking pleasure in Eric's sorrow when he mentions his and Nicole's child, while expressing sympathy for the loss of her infant. EJ claims to understand Eric's suffering, but perhaps being a father isn't in the cards for him. Sloan responds sharply, maybe it is. Nobody should have to go through the sorrow of losing a kid, according to EJ. His sympathies are with them both. Harris implores Ava to inform EJ that Susan is still alive inside Bayview. Ava refuses out of concern that EJ won't believe her. EJ's hit woman walks in wearing scrubs and announces that Ava's medication is due. Ava claims that she has never obtained medication there. She claims it's brand new. Harris advises Ava to confirm the prescription by calling her doctor. She takes out a gun. Philip claims to have realized that his love for Chloe had developed into an unhealthy addiction at the Kyriakis mansion. He does, however, acknowledge that he is still completely smitten with her. Exasperated, Rex leans back his head. Philip promises he won't try to separate Xander and Chloe, so that Xander can be with Sarah. That doesn't worry Rex in the least. Philip continues, especially now that Sarah is carrying his child. Rex says, right, inanely. Even Nicole, who is trying to separate her position with Eric and EJ from Chloe's in the Demira mansion, acknowledges that they are somewhat similar. She shouldn't have thought she could control her romantic life. Despite Chloe's insistence that their relationship is over, she did feel her heart skip a beat when she saw Philip. She was only astonished to find him alive because of it. After ditching Xander on his shady ass, Nicole claims that Philip was the one who her heart was telling her she should be with. The buddies agree that they won't get to pick who the other is with after some back and forth. Eric and Theresa catch up with Xander after he stalks off. Eric questions whether having children is really in God's plan. Theresa gives him encouragement and optimism before requesting her cousin to speak highly of her to Brady. She retreats and keeps comforting him after Eric presses her. Theresa claims that by herself, she can speak well about Brady. She promises to keep trying for him. Philip thanks Chloe for standing up for him with Brady when they cross paths in the square. In order to take Chloe to dinner, Xander strolls over. As they move away, Chloe casts a longing glance back at Philip. Rex receives Sarah back and wishes Philip wouldn't try to put a barrier between Xander and Chloe. Everyone benefits from it, he claims, particularly Sarah and her infant. Sarah doesn't seem to be persuaded. Sloan runs into the pub to propose that she and Eric adopt a child. EJ arrives home to Nicole while looking at his phone. He claims that he is awaiting word that his associate has completed a transaction. Ava takes the revolver as Harris rushes EJ's hitwoman at Bayview. Jen Lily's revelation of what transpired when she returned as Theresa on Days of Our Lives surprised no one. We're quite sure, but here we are. And now that we've seen a preview of what's to come, Lily has a few more things to say. However, it's possible that what she chooses not to say is the most telling. The actress posted a few pictures of her comeback to Instagram, but the one that turned out to be a fairly candid behind-the-scenes photo received the most comments. "I'm busting up," Lily commented. "I saw this first press photo and had to clarify with Eric Marstolf that this was us between takes immediately judging and digesting some redirection we didn't appear to agree with. Just keep in mind that they don't really like each other," I believe it said. Swipe. Yes, that kiss was undoubtedly a sign that they didn't really care for one another. "Excited for all my Days of Our Lives episodes this week," she said, and extremely thrilled for the woman taking over the character of Theresa. Take care of her. Being recast is quite difficult because she is a fantastic performer. We are all related, and I just have love for everyone on Days of Our Lives. After you go through the pictures below and enjoy some hilarious Paul Telfer/Xander fodder, Lily might have given away a fairly big clue as to who the lady taking over might be. Lily shared a link to Monsters and Critics on her Instagram stories, indicating that Emily O'Brien might be replacing her, even though we haven't received any official confirmation. O'Brien would match every aspect that Lily recounted in our video interview of what transpired at Days of Our Lives. And the rumor mill has been buzzing about the prospect. Despite the fact that the actress was silent when she posted the article, it appears as though the theory may have just received a strong endorsement. See what Lily said about her substitute in our hilarious interview below. In the end, we're happy to see Theresa and Lily back on our screens, even though we're not exactly sure how long she'll stay in the role. 12 episodes may be any length of time on Days of Our Lives. She is as well. So happy to share the screen again with this powerhouse actor for about a dozen Days of Our Lives episodes, Lily commented. "You're a treasure, sir." Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.